What's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk. I definitely appreciate everybody showing the love and support for the page. Might not be the biggest or the greatest page, but I'm doing something I actually love, and that's covering Detroit sports and everything Detroit. Appreciate it if you continue to share the videos, subscribe, and like or comment or dislike the videos, however you like to share your support. As long as everybody is clean and respectful in the comment section, I have no issue, and I try to get back with as many comments as possible and replies. And y'all know, how I do is only one person working the page, and I have another page. So I think I do a damn good job of maintaining both. But Stan Van Gundy said he was actually willing to give up his front office a position of having the final say and continue to coach the Detroit Pistons. He said that was not an issue. It just seemed that, I guess, Tom Gore just decided to just clean house and do it different. Stan Van Gundy had a 1 year left on his deal, $7 million left, and he definitely gave a lot of credit to Jeff Bowers, I think his name is, running the front office. He even gave him, according to this article I'm linking in the description, he gave him most of the credit for putting the Blake Griffin deal together. He said that Jeff Bowers definitely handled the day-to-day decision makings as a front office. Van Gundy said that he just had final say over personnel. Like, okay, Jeff put the deal together for Blake Griffin. He okayed it, Basically, he oversaw it, and Jeff Bowers, according to him, did all the daily grunt work of the day-to-day operations. And it wasn't like he was really performing both. He just had final say. But he said that wasn't the issue. He said he truly wanted to see this team go a full season with everybody healthy, Reggie Jackson, Drummond, and Blake Griffin. He truly wanted to see that. He said we acquired a top 10 and 12 player in Blake Griffin, and I wanted to see him and the rest of the team actually healthy. And that's why he wanted to stay with the team his last year, to see what could have really happened with a fully healthy Detroit Pistons roster, even if he wasn't the front office. His whole premise about the front office is when he said he was out coaching for 2 years, he talked to a lot of coaches that he said were damn near good coaches, more good than bad coaches, and had a higher success rate. He said that the biggest thing about coming back and coaching was being on the same accord with your front office. I think he said, I'm paraphrasing, that he heard so many bad stories of where the front office and the coach wasn't on the same accord. They wasn't on the same level as far as personnel decisions. And I guess that kind of scared him coming back into coaching. So, somehow he finessed his way into having both roles with Tom Gores. He said that's nothing that he was looking forward to doing, coming off the bench cold and coming back into coaching, but that's something that just happened, and I can understand that. You got one last hurrah. You picked the Pistons jobs over the Warriors job, and you thought this job had some cachet, had some lineage, and you was gonna put your imprint on there, and you and Jeff Bowers was gonna put a hell of a team together. But obviously, with you having the final say so with draft picks and trades, it's not even about the trades at this point. I mean, we can get into that in a minute. You continuously messed up in the draft, dog. Whether it be Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker, which we all can look in hindsight. Devin Booker went 5 or 6 picks after him or something like that, 3 or 4 or 5. And I was crying for Justice Winslow, but I like Devin Booker. I mean, then, this year, Luke Kennard over Devon Mitchell. And that was the final straw. Detroit Pistons fans are just sorry. Just tired, of sorry draft picks, man. May it be Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. May it be KCP over Giannis Antetokounmpo and Rudy Gobert. And this year, Luke Kennard over Donovan Mitchell and Kyle Kuzma. I'm just saying, we tired of, we could have had him. And a lot of the times, other than the Darko thing, it wasn't even at the top of the draft, man. These are lottery picks where the pickers are slim, where you work these guys out and you put Donovan Mitchell, you see him in the gym, you put Luke Kennard in the gym. I mean, who you gonna pick? You're gonna pick Donovan Mitchell from what I see, and then the Reggie Jackson trade, man, and paying him all that money has hampered our team right along with acquiring Blake Griffin and repaying Andre Drummond. That we can't even sign a free agent this year. They might not even have a draft pick. So a lot of his personnel decisions, it still went down the drain. Just because you had the final say so, that still goes down as a black eye on you and Jeff Bowers. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. I mean, Reggie Jackson, I never liked him in Oklahoma City, man. And I got a video coming about him. It's all going to be all Detroit Pistons day to day. I never liked him. I never seen what people seen in him. Never. Andre Drummond, good young guy. What is he, about 22, 23 now? Still got room to go, but he's not developing under your tutelage. Blake Griffin, good player. I like to trade that first to put some asses in the seat. Excuse my language. But you didn't hamper the team financially, and like I said, they got to get rid of all of them, to be honest. The Pistons have to start off from ground zero. And I hope whoever come in here don't try to redo it on the fly. You know, you have to definitely tear this down and just rebuild it up from the ground up. With draft picks like the Thunder did, you know, drafting like the Warriors did. Remember, the Warriors won a championship without Kevin Durant and should have won another one if it wasn't for the NBA trying to play God and suspend Draymond Green. Both of those teams drafted well. And even though the Seattle Supersonics / Oklahoma City Thunder, you feel me? Even though they had a lot of high draft picks, they hit on them, though. Kevin Durant. You know, good that Greg Oden was taken by the Blazers. Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook was somewhere in the top 5, I believe. James Harden again in the top 5. Ibaka later in the draft. They hit on 4 picks. And then after that, they got Steven Adams somewhere later in the draft as well. The Warriors. Steph Curry was just inside 10. They took Rubio and Johnny Flynn over Steph Curry, I believe, the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Knicks passed on him as well, too. Klay Thompson was a top 10 or 15 pick. Had some issues coming out of Washington State. Draymond Green was a second-round draft pick. They acquired Iguodala through trade. They made some good personnel decisions. The Pistons have to hit on the draft like that. They got to be in that area of the draft to get superstar talent because they're not coming to Detroit. The persona of Detroit out there is not good. And once they get the plan here, they feel the energy and they feel the support that the Pistons fan would have for them playing here. A lot of players tend to love to stay in Detroit and love to build something here, and they love to get familiar with the fans and stuff of that nature. Stan Van Gundy, he wanted to make his imprint too hard, and the NBA ain't like the Major League Baseball. It's not like the NBA. It's not like college. You know, especially if you're not in LA, Boston, New York, Miami, now Texas with no state taxes, them in Florida. If you ain't in no special destination, you know, free agents not gonna come there. So how do you get players to your team? Via trade and in the draft. The draft is the number one way to organically build a championship team or build the base for that. And Stan Van Gundy missed that memo. A lot of fans missed that memo. You're not going to just put him together and throw everything in a pot and have the greatest gumbo in the world. You done tried that before. You done tried to rebuild after Billups and after Ben Wallace left. You know, you tried to throw it together with Drummond and Tobias and Avery Bradley and then Reggie Jackson and then Blake Griffin. You done tried it. Now you got to take a loss. You got to get rid of them contracts and maybe get late first, second round picks for them and clear your salary cap and build it on up now through the draft. And a lot of players say, "Oh, I don't want to see the Pistons be sorry." Well, they sorry regardless. They ain't making the playoff with this roster, which I'm gonna do another video on a little bit later. They ain't making it. You got to be bad. Get you a Zion Williams. Get you a Colin Sexton. Get you a top player, man. DeAndre Ayton, but that ain't gonna happen this year unless some miracle basketball guys give us the first overall draft pick, and we know Pistons don't have that Cleveland Cavaliers success. But thanks y'all for listening. We gone.